Well, a couple weeks ago, I talked about how wacky things were, and a lot of people could relate to that. I feel like we are shifting out of so much intensity around that wacky energy, but there's something else going on that I wanted to talk to, and so I thought I'd go live again um, and just breach this subject, which is our need for connection. I feel like part of the sort of cultural, social crisis we're in, and specifically if we're sensitive to energy, is that there's so many ways that we can either be busy or be um, um, have our energy depleted from things that we're interacting with, and or keep ourselves staring at our phone instead of other people. Um, I actually looked up the word entertainment today to understand better because I was thinking, like we're doing this like phone entertainment rather than entertainment. It's like phone entertainment, like everybody's staring at their phone for entertainment. And entertainment's really about like connecting. So it's like interconnected, right? And so I'm thinking to myself, how can I create more interconnection, and how is our society sort of suffering because we're not connected enough, and people are feeling alone, or people are feeling like they don't understand how to connect in the large population we become with all the technology tools we have that sort of connect us and separate us at the same time. So I get to be connected with you right from my home because of technology, and I'm so grateful for that. And also sometimes I can find myself staring at this instead of the person I'm talking to or sitting down with, and that can make us all feel separate. Like we check out with that, we're going somewhere else, we're interconnected, but we're connecting with something else, not someone else. And I was speaking to a friend earlier this week on the phone about this sort of soulful crisis we're in as a whole of humanity on the planet, as we watch these different choices that people make to sort of blah their suffering on the world, cause other people pain, so that they can, feel the pain they're feeling, do something unkind, harmful, violent. What it comes back to me when I look at this, and there's just such a complex issue, is that we are souls that are here that need to connect with other people and feel connected and feel loved and feel a part of something and purposeful, right? And we're in this time that's really confusing in that regard. There's so many things that disconnect us rather than connect us with community. So as I'm looking at the wacky time that we're in, and managing, um, my energy in it, and watching my clients and my friends and other sensitive people manage their own experience, what I keep coming back to is our connection with each other is so important. It's so important to just like make that extra little effort. And even if the effort is sending a text, even if the effort is actually picking up the phone and calling someone, rather than just looking at it and pressing like. I like likes. I love likes, and I love loves, but I also love connection, and I notice how important that is in raising my own vibration when I connect with other people, and how important that is to the healing of our world, that how important it is for us to return to the sense of connectedness with each other and find our community, find a place where we're being held by friendships, because it's not always our family. Families are tricky. I have a wonderful family, but I've also had a lot of challenges with my family, and my own growth process and setting my boundaries has helped me have a better relationship with my family. And I find that's true for a lot of people, is that we have to have our own unique experience as a soul. And so when we come into a family, they're there to help us learn, and then we learn what works for us and what doesn't, and have to sort of create the container of the boundaries around that. And so when I use the word boundaries, I just want to be clear that I'm not saying let's put up walls. I'm saying let's hold our unique energy field so that we can feel better, right? When there's wackiness going on around us, our connection to each other is really important, but that connection doesn't mean enmeshment. That doesn't mean getting in each other's space, because that actually creates conflict, and that creates the pushback, like, back off, you're in my space, right? So what I mean by that is like holding your space, like being clear, here's where I end and here's where energetically that bubble around your body, that is your space. The more clear you can be about that, the greater it's going to feel to be with other people and be connected in community, because then you're not getting overwhelmed by what they're experiencing. You're being in yourself, you're being in your own soul self, and you're being able to relate to them and what their experience is. You can have compassion and not dissolve into the energy that they're experiencing if they're going through something challenging. So the one other thing I wanted to say is about this whole tumultuous energetic time we're in on the planet, is the angst it can cause, and the purging, or the sense that we have to clear something out of us because it's overwhelming or sort of toxifying. The important part of that is that we all need to go through these cycles, right? That it's spring. We have to release the old so that we can create the new. And I feel like there's actually a great thing, a great opportunity that we're experiencing in sort of purging what doesn't work and releasing that. If we can hold our space, like I said, if we can really work on those healthy energetic boundaries so that we can be true to ourselves, connected to our higher self and our information, well, the craziness happens around us. So we need connection. It's required for survival. Every time you put a fork or a spoon to your mouth with food in it, the likelihood is that many people were involved in the process of creating that food and getting it to you. That's connection. When you drive your car, everything that went into making it and getting your fuel for the car and keeping it running, all those touches created something. But we need to learn how to reconnect with the humans, the souls that are part of that in our lives, and not forget our connections. So hope you have an opportunity to connect with someone, whether it's in person or over the phone. Get a hug, say hello, look at the person at the grocery store that's checking you out and say, thank you. I know it's a hard job and you're doing a great job, or whatever you feel like doing to connect with someone and make them be seen, feel seen, and then you'll feel good too. Take care.